Greetings, salutations, and all good things in between. What's up, everyone? Matt here. It's been a long time, I know. I've been a little quiet. I've been working on a platform that I'm looking for beta testers. I'm slowly releasing here that I call Aigents, Aigents. That is an agentic workflow building platform, as in take data from my app, do some stuff with language models, throw stuff back in my app, like make decisions, do branch points, this, that, and whatever, do lots of complicated stuff. So it's complicated. There's a lot that you can do with it. And so it's kind of hard to explain, kind of like AppSheet. But if I just kind of walk you through some of the chains, let me give you a tease. Of what sort of things that my beta testers that have been using this so far have been able to do. So of course it's in an AppSheet app. And if we go and we look at some of the chains, so if we go to, say, a medical one, you can see like there's a bunch inside here for like processing attachments. So like a doctor's office gets an email that is like a lab result, right? They have these chains that then extract the contents out of that. They send it to this chain. The chain figures out what it needs to do, complex this, do that, and whatever, and then throw stuff back to where it needs to go. So if we go and we look, one of the good ones to look at here is pre-charting. So this is to be run prior to pre-charting to identify new information that needs to be added to the app. So you're going to go in and see your doctor. They need to figure out, do we even have all of the information before we can even look at everything? Like we need to know, well, last time you came in, your doctor said you need so-and-so test. Do we have the test results? This chain is the thing that looks through what we have and looks through what was said last time. Is like, all right, this is what you need to be looking for. So what does this do? If we just walk through the steps. Step number one, it goes and it gets the patient processing data. Step number two, it kind of puts some stuff together and makes this variable, demo and orders. It takes the patient demographic variable, which is this, and then combines it with the last encounter orders, which is, I guess, some text that says these are the things that we need from the last encounter. We then take that and we feed it to an agent. That agent gets the demo and orders, and it gets the master note, which is basically a thing that has all the information about the patient. And that gives us this pre output. We then do another agent that tries to determine if we need to do the pre-chart checker. And then we do a branch point. What is the branch point? Well, the branch point checks to see is the pre-chart V2 equal to this value, correct pre-charting. It's literally checking to make sure, is the thing correct? So we're using the AI in the previous step with some instructions that says, hey, little robot, look at all of this stuff. Is this correct? Yes or no? And if it's correct, it says correct pre-charting. If it's not, it says something else. So if it's correct, then we do this output step. If it's not correct, we first do some agent thing, another language model type thing, and then we do the output. So you can kind of see a sense of like what we can do here. Like we can take data, we can throw it at a language model with some instructions that says, hey, little robot, I need you to pay attention to this. Is this whatever? Give me this as the answer. And then you can use that exact answer as like a trigger for a branch point downstream to a yes or no type of thing. Let me show you another one. So when you use the answer portal, when you ask a question in the actual answer portal, I've got a chain that runs a vanilla language model comparison, because I want to know, is all of the work and effort that I'm doing with Appster, because it's a lot of work for me I'm always working on it, and I just want to know, is it worth the time? Could somebody just go to OpenAI or Google and just say, hey, I'm doing an AppSheet thing, I need your help? And like, what does that give you? So I've got this vanilla language model comparison chain. So if we go back to chains and we go to the answer portal one, you can see here we are. So what does this one do? All right, so step number one, it goes to the answer portal and it gets the conversation. Step number two, we then clean the conversation. So I'm using a language model here. I'm using OpenAI 4.0, and the instructions are, your task is to take the conversation HTML table and remove the last response and then return the HTML table. We need to test other language models with their ability to answer the thread, blah, 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 blah. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking the conversation, which is what the previous step was, is it goes and it gets the conversation, but that is the complete conversation. And Appster has already answered the question. So the thing that variable is it's the question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. So this second step takes that last answer out so that the thread is basically left unanswered. Okay, so then we take that, the clean thread, and we send that to OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google, and then we do an analysis. Okay, so now all three of these, they all have basically the same instructions, so I'm just going to show you the first one. Okay, so the instructions are, the following is a support conversation for someone seeking support with an AppSheet app. Your task is to generate an answer and assist this person with whatever they're working on. Make sure your answer stays in the realm of AppSheet formulas and syntax, and other AppSheet related topics. Okay, so I'm trying to give the language model the best kind of foot forward, you know what I mean? Okay, so I feed that to OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google, and then I do an analysis. An analysis is using OpenAI's O3 model on high reasoning, so it really sits there and thinks about it really hard, and with some custom instructions that says, the following is an AppSheet help support thread conversation history, followed by 3 possible alternative answers. Your task is to analyze the alternative answers, comparing them against the original answer, blah, 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 blah. Here's your criteria. Return your summary in the following structure. Here's a last little bits, right? So I'm feeding all the other answers to the O3 model set on high reasoning with all these instructions and guidance and criteria that I want it to follow, so that it looks at it and it thinks about it and it gives me this analysis of how good is Appster compared to all these other ones, right? Okay, then we do some variable stuff. I'll skip that. It's kind of technical, whatever. Basically, I'm taking the input variables, because this chain has variables that are brought into it, and I need to use those during the output step. And so because of a technical limitation, blah, 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 I have to do this. I have to port forward this variable to here so that I can then use it down here. Kind of technical, ignore it. So I get the question, I put together the email list, and then we do the output. What is the output? The output is the question, the analysis, and all 3 of the answers, and it's sent out as an email to the email list. And that email list is me and you, whoever asked the question. So if you go into the answer portal right now and you ask a question, this is only available for paying subscribers. You will get not only the email from the answer portal that has Appster's answer, but then you'll also, a little while after that, get an email from the Aigents platform with this analysis. There's a few of you that have gotten that, and I'm keen to hear your feedback about that, because when I read the analysis, I'm loving what I see. I don't know. We'll know. So anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. So there's a lot that you can do with this platform. It's really complicated. We just kind of scratched the surface. There is more information that I'm going to be releasing in the future. I'll be doing a really long, hour-ish long video that is a deep dive into this platform, where I'm going to go through all of the chain types. What are the different steps, the types that you can do? How does it all work? How do I do external data? How do I connect my app to this to make it to work? I'm going to cover all of that in future videos. If you're interested in becoming an early beta tester, that's the whole point of this video. Reach out to me. There's a link down in the description to my email. Email me and I'll get you set up, and you can start toying around with it, and we'll see what's going on. All right, everybody, that's me. That's Aigents. I look forward to seeing what y'all are going to do. All right, everybody. See you in the community. Cheers.